Good day, students. Good afternoon. I greet you all, and you are all welcome to today's class. And this class is the seventh in a series. And as you all know, this is Civic Education class for SS1 students. And we have in the past uh, looked and discussed some of the topics we have under our third term scheme of work. We have done a lot to discuss about the concept of courtesy, the formation of court groups, the historical background of court groups in Nigeria, the characteristics of court groups in Nigeria. We also looked at consequences of that in one of the weeks. We the last one we discussed was on preventive measures against cultism, and there, for those who have watched the video on our YouTube channel, Gumi Academy, you must have seen how we elaborately discussed about the preventive measures against cultism. So, by God's grace, today we're going to look at move to week 7 topic, and which is on orderliness. And under that, we have going to look at meaning of orderliness in our today's class. As you can see on the board, we've written the notes on the board explaining the meaning of orderliness. But one thing we need to ask ourselves is this: what is orderliness? What is orderliness? As you can see on the board, everybody, this is a concept that everybody wants to enjoy. It is one thing that everybody likes, to associate him or herself with in the society or anywhere we find ourselves. Nobody wants disorganized society or disorganized environment. Nobody wants things to be done disorderly. No, everybody wants everything to, be fine, to work well according to the plan, and that is why you see that virtually everybody wants to be in a. For instance, now if you say Nigeria, let's pick Abuja as an example. Everybody wants to be in an environment or area like Maitama, like Asokoro, like Aso Villa area, Aso Drive, because these are some of the areas or some areas that are well organized, well planned, and no one wants to be around Maraba, Yaya, and so on and so forth. So you can see the difference between the areas we have mentioned here in Abuja. And if you go to Lagos, you'll see talking about Lekki, talking about Ajah, talking about Banana Island, and no one wants to be in Mafuluku, no one wants to be in Ajegunle Apapa. And you can see these areas in Lagos, you can see the sharp difference between them. So, and this is boiled down to orderliness, how we organize ourselves in a particular area. If you organize yourself, if an organized people are living in a particular area, such an area will also be organized. So what we are now saying is that when we say orderliness, we are talking about state in which people are well behaved in a society. I repeat again, orderliness is the state in which people are well behaved in the society. by doing things according to the rules and regulations governing the society. Let me take this particular definition again, and I want us to follow this particular definition and say what we are saying in line with what I've said, using different areas, different states in Nigeria. Orderliness is a state in which people are well behaved in the society by doing things according to the rules and regulations, governing the society. Now, let's stop it here first and let's just expatiate on what the definition is. That it is a situation whereby in which the people that are well behaved in society, how can people behave, or how can they be well behaved in society? People can be well behaved in society when they follow rules and regulations that guide driving on the streets. When the government says no one should walk on the streets, when the government says the people should not drop the refuse somewhere, you see the signpost telling you that you should not urinate somewhere. You see the signpost telling you that this is for the refuse, you can drop the refuse here, and people do that. If government says this is the parking lot, the parking space, and people park there and they don't park wrongly, and government design a place for the bus stop, and people don't park or stop before the cars don't stop before that place, or they don't stop after that place, they park and drop the passengers at this place designated for such. When people behave in this manner, in a manner that is in line with the rules and regulations governing the society, automatically such a particular society is a society of orderliness. When the government, when people are driving and they see the traffic lights showing red, meaning that the vehicles should stop, and the drivers don't drive against the lights. It means such a society is a society where people are well behaved. So when people behave in line with the guidelines, in line with the rules and regulation, established by the government, automatically everybody in such a society will enjoy living in such society. But the case is different in some of our states in Nigeria today, or let me say virtually everywhere in Nigeria today. That is why we always cite the example of some advanced countries today where things are working. People don't drop refuse where they are not supposed to drop it. People don't urinate where they are not supposed to urinate. People don't park where they are not supposed to park. People don't drive against the traffic. In those societies that we're talking about, when you drive against the traffic, you should expect yourself to be fine. You should expect yourself to answer some queries, and you pay dearly for that because the law is working there. So the question now is, what can make the society to observe orderliness? What can make people to observe orderliness? What can make people to follow rules and regulations as established by the government? The only thing that can make that to work is by implementing the laws made to guide the behavior of the people in society. That we move ahead with what we say. The laws of a society, okay, they are not there just for people to say that they have laws. Laws are there for people to abide by them. They are to guide and regulate human conduct for the well-being of society. So what we are saying is that for orderliness to be observed, for people to enjoy, or for our society to be advanced, for our society to be at par with United States of America, United Kingdom, Singapore, that is regarded as the most neatest countries in the world, for our country to be at par with all these countries that we have mentioned, we need to allow our laws to work. The laws that say that people should not park wrongly, people follow it. If people can follow the law that says that people should not drop the refuse where they are not supposed to drop it, the laws that says that people should pay their taxes, the laws that says that people should respect their leaders, the law that says that people should obey the constitution of the country. If people can voluntarily and willingly follow all these laws, automatically the question of orderliness will be taken care of. The people will be in order. People will follow the order, and there will be orderliness in our society. And when there is that obedience to laws in a country, virtually everybody will enjoy it, because our leaders will follow the laws, the citizens following the laws, everybody following the same law will get the opportunity of the reason why such a law is established. But today in Nigeria, when you go to bank, people always want to join the queue. Some will even refuse to join the queue. When you go to filling station to buy PMAs, while others are following the queue, some will be making effort to jump the queue. And while you are making effort to do that, others that have been on the queue for a very long time, while they are making an attempt to stop you, then there will be fracas, there will be fighting. And that is excess of what we are saying. When you engage in a fight with another person, automatically the peace of society will be disrupted. And if you have made it important, if you have made it, something that one should follow or should do, automatically there won't be need for anyone to fight. There won't be need for any argument. Everybody will follow the queue and get the opportunity when your turn comes. So let's continue. They are to guide and regulate human conduct for the well-being of society. If society has laws that the people do not respect, this is tantamount to not having laws at all. There will be anarchy in such a society. It is as simple as that. When the laws are established and some set of people follow the law and some refuse to follow the law, there will be a time that those that are following the law will also revenge or will protest. And when there is a protest against the ruling class, because it has been seen that in such a situation, those that refuse to follow the laws are those in the ruling class. And the governed, when they are tired of seeing that the laws are not being followed, they will go in into protest, and there will be anarchy in such society. It is as simple as that. But when all hands are on deck, when everybody follows the law that is established in society to guide the behaviors of every individual in society is being followed to the letter, then there won't be any crisis. And everybody will live in society to enjoy the opportunity that is abound in such a society. So what we are saying is today is that for us to have orderliness, there is need for law to be obeyed. Because orderliness don't exist in a vacuum. Orderliness exists with the help of the law that is established in society. And if law is established and a section of society is not obeying the law, then automatically there will be anarchy in such society. If not today, tomorrow it will be there. So, my dear students, and I want to believe that as we all live in this society, whatever that is established as law that we should follow, we should all abide by that law. When we abide by the law, then we all enjoy ourselves in that society, because there won't be a sacred cow in that society. Everybody will enjoy the opportunity that is abound in such a country. So we'll stop the class here, but before we go today, let us look at the assignment that is coming from what we've had in our class today. Number one is define the meaning of orderliness. Just what we have explained here, just define what orderliness is. And by God's grace, I'll be expecting your response, your answer to be submitted through my WhatsApp line on 08053421107. My WhatsApp line is 08053421107. And for those that have missed some of our classes we've had, you can as well catch up with us through our channel on YouTube on Gumi Academy. Our channel on YouTube on Gumi Academy. Thank you for being there today. We'll meet in our next class.